Hi everyone, welcome back to your YouTube classes. I'm Divya here with your class 11 physics. Now we have been dealing with your fifth chapter. Till now we have seen two types of quantities and all the properties related to that. Now today we are going to start with another topic in the same chapter, that is relative velocity. Now this relative velocity is not a new chapter to you or a new topic to you. You have already learned it in your smaller classes when you are starting to learn about motion, as a rest and motion are relative to each other, or in 9th standard you are having some numericals with your relative motion also. So this topic is not new. Here we are going to discuss some of the properties or some important points about this relative velocity. Now to discuss that, let us consider two objects A and B having velocity VA and VB, velocity or speed, whatever it is, VA and VB. Okay, it is now the condition is that these two bodies are traveling along a same straight line. Let's say for example along your x-axis. Okay, now we are going to write what will be the position. See, for consider initially at time t is equal to 0, position of object A, how you can write? X of A at time t is equal to 0. Similarly, how about will you write for your object B? At time t 0, the position will be x of B at time t is equal to 0. Isn't it? Now, let's suppose it is moving and after a time t. Okay, initially it was 0. Now you have come to a time t. How will you write the positions for A and B? Position or displacement for you, then it is having a displacement, isn't it? So having a displacement position x of A at time t, how will you write it? Position will be, while it is at 0 plus velocity or speed of A into time t, isn't it? Similarly for B, how will you write it? Xb of time t will be equal to position at time t is equal to 0 plus velocity into time or speed into time, isn't it? So these are the two equations you are going to have. If you are having two position vectors or position of your A and B like this, how can you write the displacement between those two objects? Final minus initial value, isn't it? So if you consider like that, how will you write the final value or your displacement? For displacement, you are going to write it as x b minus x position of x a at time t, isn't it? Displacement. Now when you write it with this equation, what you will get? Xb minus x of b minus x a, isn't it? Minus velocity of, here it is b, not a. Okay, velocity of b into t minus velocity of a into t, or you can take this t out common. Yes or no? Now consider this equation. When you consider this equation, you will find, when you analyze this equation, you will find that an object which is on the at A or velocity of B with respect to A, isn't it? Will be VB minus VA, or reverse you can write velocity of A with respect to B will be equal to VA minus VB. Now you have this equation here, and from that we have taken two conditions there. Now I am going to consider any one condition, VBA or VAB. For the time being I have written VBA condition. Now we are going to consider certain conditions with this equation. First condition what you are going to consider is that if VA is equal to VB. So this is the condition. If VA is equal to VB, automatically according to this relative velocity will be equal to 0. Isn't it? Or if you put it in this equation itself, the relative velocity will be equal equal to 0. That is, the velocity of D with respect to A will be equal to 0 if VA is equal to VB. Or if you can draw a graph, distance time graph, if you are going to draw, what will you get? So you will get two straight lines which are parallel to each other. Okay, so if VA is equal to VB, relative velocity will be equal to 0, and hence you are going to get two lines, straight lines which are parallel to each other. Now, the second condition you are going to consider is if VB minus VA not equal to 0. Okay. First case it was both are equal. Now I have taken the condition if VB minus VA is equal to 0. So if it has to satisfy this equation, automatically VB should be greater than VA. Yes or no? Now with this, if you are going to draw a position time graph, if you are going to draw the position time graph, see VB will be greater than VA. So if this is for your x of A, then x of B will be steeper than this because VB is greater than VA. So automatically you will get a steeper one like this for x of B. So this is for A and this is for B. Okay, so your graph will be somewhat like this. Now, since it is VB greater than VA, it will not be any parallel line. So automatically if it is not parallel, at some point they are going to intersect. So according to the figure here, it is going to meet here. That is, both the objects are going to meet at this point, isn't it? Or you can call that is going to be the meeting point. Now once you see this meeting point, or once you apply it on this equation, you will find that before meeting, that is before this point, xb minus xa is going to be negative, isn't it? Now after this meeting point, xb minus xa is going to be positive. Got it? So in the second condition, VB minus VA, if it is not equal to 0, to satisfy this equation, VB should be greater than VA. And if you draw a position time graph for this condition, if going to draw a straight line for A first, since VB speed of B is going to be greater, the second for B it will be more, the slope will be more steeper, isn't it? So since they are not going to be parallel, automatically they will meet at some point. Let us call it as the meeting point. Now when you consider this graph with this equation, you will find that before meeting point, xb minus xa will be negative, and after the meeting point, xb minus xa is going to be a positive value. Now, thirdly, I am going to consider a condition when both these objects are going to be in the opposite direction. Okay, so one of these both will be in the opposite direction. Either it can be A or either it can be B. Okay, so out of these two, both are in the opposite direction. In that case, any one of them will be in the having negative sign. So in that case, it will the displacement will be VB plus VA. Okay, so in this, anyone can be of greater magnitude. Either VB can be of a greater magnitude or VA can be of greater magnitude. So accordingly, if you are going to take a position time graph, okay, suppose A is going to travel in this direction, then automatically B will be traveling in the opposite direction. Isn't it? So this can be their meeting point as usual. Got it? So what I mean is that, so that is why, suppose for example, if you are sitting, two people are sitting in two trains which are going opposite to each other, isn't it? So according to this condition, either of this can be of great magnitude. Either VB can be of greater magnitude or VA can be of greater magnitude. Okay, so that is why a person sitting on either of the train, they will feel the second train is going to be more faster. One who is sitting in train A will feel that B is moving faster. At the same time, the person sitting at B will feel that A is moving at a faster speed than B. Now till now we have considered if the two bodies are going to be in a straight line, isn't it? Now let us see the equations for if it is along an inclined plane. Now no derivation, only equations you are having. You are just using the vector analysis resultant equation and your tan alpha equation and writing the equation for the speed of A and B. Okay. So resultant, if you are going to write, what was the equation? Square root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. So if you are going to apply it here, what will be the resultant equation you are going to get? VA square plus VB square. There it was plus. Here when you take the angle 180 minus theta, cos of 180 minus theta will be negative. So you will be having V minus VA 2VA VB cos theta. Okay. Now what about tan alpha? Tan alpha equation, because we have already seen in our previous video. What is for your tan alpha equation? There it was B sin theta upon AB cos theta. So here it will be B sin theta upon VA VB cos theta. Okay. So only equations, no derivation. This will be the conditions you are having if two bodies are traveling along an inclined plane, or relative velocity of objects traveling in an inclined plane. This will be the equation for your resultant or your relative velocity. Now here you are going to take two special cases. Either it can be along the same direction or it can be in the opposite direction. If it is in the same direction, theta will be equal to 0 or cos 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1. Isn't it? So this equation will be square root will turn to VA square plus VB square minus 2 VA VB into 1. So only this much. So this is the expansion for VA minus VB the whole square, isn't it? Or you can write the result here. The equation will be VA minus VB. Okay. Now the second condition what you are going to have is that if it is going to be in the opposite direction. If it is going to be in the opposite direction, theta will be equal to 180 degree. Now cos 180, it is going to be minus 1. Isn't it? So if you apply it here, what will you get? The resultant will change as VA square plus VB square minus 2VA VB. Isn't it? Since here it is minus 1. So this minus and minus, it will be plus, and this is the expansion for VA plus VB the whole square, or if you remove the square root, equation will be VA plus VB. So the resultant or the relative velocity of a body traveling in an inclined plane, if both are in the same direction, it will be VA minus VB or VB minus VA according to what condition you are going to take. Okay. And if it is in the opposite direction, the relative velocity is going to be VA plus VB. So this is all about your relative velocity. Okay, so just go through your textbook properly. If you have any doubt, you put it on the comment box. With this, I am going to wind up today's topic. Now, you can do some numericals you are having at the back side. You try doing it. If you have any doubt, you put it in the comment box. I will solve it later. Till we see in the next class. Take care. Bye-bye.